Hi guys, I'm Kat, and welcome to my new room. It's not set up at all, and you don't need to know this, but I'm going to share it anyway. This window has a blanket over it because this building is very old and this window shakes and it lets air in and it gets very cold. So I put this blanket over the window until I can get curtains so it's not as chilly in here. Yesterday I watched Selena Spooky Woo make a video about some of the weird cooler shit that she's got in her home, and it kind of inspired me to show you some of the weirder shit slash kind of cooler shit that I have in my home that I've collected. This is all the stuff that I could find because we're still unpacking, and so I couldn't find all of it, but it's a decent amount of things. Some of it's weird, some of it's cool. So yeah, so I'm gonna show you some of the weirder things. First thing I'm gonna show you is my mannequin hands. So basically I work in retail and we were getting rid of old mannequins, and I saw these little hands and I was like, I want to take those home. I can surely do something with them because their fingers move. They're like, they got little bendies, and I thought it'd be really cool. I got my boyfriend one of these ones, and then I was like, well, I want one. And then I found this one, and I was like, I want to keep this one. And my idea is to find it, take this spring out and find a way to mount it onto my wall so I can use it to hold jewelry or necklaces or even my glasses. Because right now I have command hooks on my wall to hold my glasses up so I don't sleep in them. But I'd really like to find a way to use this to hold my glasses, and then find a way to use this. I have no idea what to do with this, but I wanted to keep it. Another thing that I've kept for some reason is these pieces of Frodo. My little Frodo dude. This is a foot that's right here. So basically, when I moved into my other apartment, I had Frodo stuck to the top of my fridge as a decoration, and at some point he fell off and fell into the freezer, and I just left him in the freezer. I lived there for almost 6 years, and he lived in the freezer that whole time, and I completely forgot about him. And so we were cleaning out the freezer and I found Frodo, and I set Frodo down on the counter, and one of my cats knocked him off the counter, and Frodo became decapitated and one of his feet fell off. And I decided I was going to glue him back together, but then I decided I kind of think it's funnier and weirder to keep his little pieces. Maybe somehow display it with his little broken foot, completely different story. But yeah, I completely forgot that he fell in my freezer, and I guess he was so frozen that when my cat knocked him down, it completely just shattered into a bunch of pieces. So I have a chop cutting board that has blood splatter and a cleaver, but I don't just have the one. Oh no, I've got two of them because I bought this one for myself, and a friend of mine didn't know that I bought this, so she bought me this. Speaking of friends, I have a friend who likes to make voodoo dolls. She sells them on Etsy. I'll have to find her shop on Etsy and put it in my description. But she's made me a couple of things. These are the ones that I could find, but I know I have other ones. But she made me, and this is covered in cat fur, I'm trying to get them off. She made me an avocado because my hair used to be green, and so I was an avocado, and so she made me an avocado, which I think is really cute. And then this one, I think I bought this one. I think it's Totoro, but honestly I bought it because he's a little creepy, and I like that. I like that he's a little creepy. And then my little static man. So this is my little Slendy static boy. He's got little long legs, and I think he's adorable. But he's definitely the one that looks more like a voodoo doll. But I know I purchased this one specifically off of her site, and I And then the last one, which is definitely my favorite one, is my little cat one. So this one's covered in cat fur too. But the reason I like this is because she gave me this one not too long after I got my thyroid taken out in 2018. And so she gave it this little scar. She cut right here and then she sewed it up so we would have matching scars on our throats. I'm gonna show you are kind of cool, kind of weird. My boyfriend and I like to paint together. He's an artist, which you'll see in a second. But we like to paint together. It's one of our favorite things to do. And one of our favorite things to do is hand canvases together. So I'll paint something for 2 minutes and then we'll switch and he'll paint something for 2 minutes. And so one time we did that, and these are the paintings that came out of that. So this one is Rambo Drop. Because he's a raindrop, but he also looks like Rambo. We painted this July 20th of 2021. So there's that, you know, the burning building, and Rambo's trying to save the day and all that fun stuff. But then this one is a little creepy, a little spooky. I think this is the one that I started. I think he started Rambo Drop. This is the one that I started, I think. But then there's this one. Yeah. This one gives me weird feelings, and this one gives him weird feelings too. There's something about it that's just unsettling. And the fact that we just free painted it, and I painted for a few minutes and then he painted and this came out of that, is questionable about him and I. But it also makes so much sense. But this one's a little unsettling. Just Nightmare Cat. I painted that. I think I painted this while I was packing. So that's where my brain was. Like I said, my boyfriend is an artist, and I get to reap the benefits of that. And one of the paintings he gave to me for my 27th birthday, he painted me this. My best friend was getting married, and there was this really cool arch where she was getting married that looked like the Stargate, and I took a picture in front of it, and I'll see if I can find that picture and I'll post it so you can see the difference. But then he painted this free for my 27th birthday. That's me in the dress that I wore to the wedding, and I'm standing in front of that arch that looked like a Stargate. And yeah, he painted this for me for my 27th birthday, and I love it so much. It is so cool, so cool. For my 26th birthday, he sculpted something for me. So he sculpts, he paints, he draws, he does it all. And he made me this. It's kind of hard to see because I've got her in a little jar, but it's like this. It's like I can't remember, a hairless cat, but it's like a more creature-y. But he made it for me, and I put her in this little jar, kind of like a specimen jar. Getting back to the weirder shit, I like to make jars full of stuff and things. Things that I collected off the ground, things that I just found that I thought were weird, stuff and things. So, yeah, just, this was a salt shaker that I broke, just different stuff and things. I don't know why, but I just like to make them. I have another jar that's full of glasses lenses and photo booth pictures of random people, which I know sounds weird, but I like to, so I worked at an eyeglass place, and there was a lot of occasions where people would come in to get their glasses done, and they were older people. We'd call when the glasses came back, and the family would tell us that that person actually died. And that's a weird, surreal feeling, because I remember that happened where what started my lenses collection was I helped an older woman get some glasses, and she really needed them. We got them back within 2 weeks, and I called her family, and her family told me that they were sorry that they didn't contact us, they meant to, but she died. And it was really weird to think that I just talked to this person, but then she died. And they said we can just get rid of them, and there was something about that that felt really weird because it just felt weird, because this is her vision this is her eyesight. In a weird way, it's a part of her, and it just felt wrong for me to throw them away. And then it happened a couple of times, and I just felt really odd about throwing them away, and so I kept them. And then for photo booth pictures, I don't know, but people will just leave their photo booth pictures away. Like, they'll just leave them there. They won't even keep them, and it's like, you paid for that shit. But it's like a moment in time. It's like this little memory, this little moment in time that people are just leaving behind, and I feel like they deserve to be taken home. And so I have them, but I can't find it. But I do. I like to collect. I liked when I worked there to collect old glasses or old lenses and like photo booth pictures and stuff like that, because I don't know, I just feel like it's a part of people that people are just leaving behind willy-nilly, and I feel like it shouldn't be that way. This is a glow-in-the-dark ghost face mask. I bought this at a FanX convention here in Salt Lake City, and I thought it was really cool that it glowed. I wonder if I can get it to glow. Let's see. Hold on. See? That's really fucking cool, isn't it? That's really sick. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn my light back on. And I got to meet Neve Campbell, and so I really wanted to have this, and it's a really cool decoration piece, except for since it glows, if you are like me who can't really see without glasses, this is kind of scary in the dark. And then before I show you the last thing that's really weird, I forgot to show you this. This is an impression of my turtle, Sebastian's little fin. Right? I had a turtle. My dad got me a turtle when I was 8. He died when I was 24. So I had the turtle from 8 years old to 24 years old, so for 16 years, I believe. And he died, and so I got an impression of his fin, and these are his ashes. So if you didn't know that your vet will indeed cremate your turtle and then give you a little box like they do for cats and dogs, they will. Something got spilled on the wood, and so it did this, but this is his little turtle ashes, and it's quite heavy. He was a big turtle. Turtles get big. When we first got the turtle, he was originally the size of my palm, and then he got so big that I couldn't pick him up with one hand. I had to pick him up like two-hand. I had to two-hand this turtle. But I did. I had him since I was 8 years old. And it was really sad. It was a really sad day when he died, when I realized he was dead. His little turtle ashes. Well, I do that thing where I put human emotion on an object. And so, like, if I pick up an object, or if object's broken and isn't going to be bought or just left alone, I feel bad. Like, it's going to be sad that it's not picked. So, I will buy it, and I will take it home, and it will join my misfit family. For example, this frog. This frog, sadly, was in the children's toy section. It probably had squishy stuff in it, because it feels like it was squishy. But some ravenous monster child ripped its little leg off, and I was like, this frog is just going to be thrown away. Nobody's going to take him home. So I did. And so now this one-legged froggy lives with me in a nice, happy little home. I need to figure out how to display him. I don't want to display him by putting something through his little hand, because that'll make me sad. Maybe I could put like a command strip on his little belly here, and then I can stick him to the wall. Because also, if he's on the floor, my cats are gonna eat him. So I was like, I saw his little leg was gone. I was like, no, Walmart's just gonna throw him away. So he came home with me. And then speaking of weird things that I found at Walmart, this is my little wolfie dude. He's one of those little wolf guys that is supposed to hang from a chain, and then they, you know, do a little kicking thing. And when I first saw him, I thought his little leggies got ripped off, but then after some research, I realized that he never had legs. But his little chains got ripped off, and his head is like loose, and so if I pull it too much, his head will come off. But he was just underneath a pile of things in November, and I was like, nobody's gonna take him home, and then they're just gonna recycle him or get rid of him, and that made me really sad. Because because, you know, he doesn't do what he was intended to do. So I brought him home, and he can live in my little misfit toy land and be happy here with being legless. I don't know why they couldn't just give him dangly legs to swing. I feel like that would be better, but I did. Part of the reason I bought him in the beginning was that I thought his legs got ripped off, and that made me sad. And so I wanted him to come home with me, and then I realized, oh wait, he's not supposed to have legs because he's supposed to swing. But then I was like, but then nobody's gonna take him home because it's November and he doesn't have a chain and his head's gonna pop off. So he'll blend in. It's just fine. But this was one of those moments when I brought him home. He was only $2, and I was like, this is a problem that might need to be remedied. The fact that I put emotions onto inanimate objects is kind of a problem, because, like, this is Coco, the bobbling head pink cow. I found this at Savers or Value Village, wherever you live. She did originally have 2 ears, but my savage little kitties decided to push her off of the shelf, and her ear came off, and I don't know what happened to it. So now she is a sad little pink bobbling cow with 1 ear and like a jagged piece. But for some reason, when I walked by her at Savers, I was like, she needs to come home with me. Like, she needs a home that is loving and safe, and that will appreciate how adorable she is, and a little creepy and a little unsettling. She is. She's a little weird, a little unsettling. That's fine. And I thought she was cute. I thought she was cute and weird, and I don't know what Kemp's is. It's a company, but yeah. So this is Coco, the pink bobbling 1-eared cow. All right, the last thing that I'm gonna show you is a little spooky and very, like, it's weird. So in my old apartment, people would leave stuff down in the mailroom that was like donating stuff. So clothes that they weren't using, decorations for like holidays, food, stuff like that. So in November, I believe it was November of 2022, I guess someone put a bunch of decorations, Christmas, Halloween, and all kinds of stuff down in the mailroom, and a bunch of people picked it over, and I saw this ceramic pumpkin that was kind of creepy and unsettling, and I just saw it, and then I went back upstairs. When I came back a couple of weeks later, basically everything was gone except for this creepy ceramic pumpkin, and I was like, well, everybody's taking these things home, and the ceramic pumpkin is going to be sad because nobody's going to want him, and then eventually he's going to be taken away and thrown away and broken, and I just felt really bad. But also, like, this creepy pumpkin didn't give me like those creepy feelings, so I was like, okay, I'll take him home. So this is Poe, the kind of spooky, creepy ceramic pumpkin. I can understand why they left him down there, because look at his eyes. But I don't know, I just felt like it was really sad. Someone clearly took the time to paint this ceramic pumpkin, because you can see the strokes. Someone took the time to paint this pumpkin, and then they were just gonna throw him away, and there was just something really sad about that. Like, I did put emotion onto this inanimate object, because I was like, this pumpkin is gonna be sad that, like, he's gonna think that he's not good enough for people to love. But then it was also like, someone took the time to paint this, and I just didn't, like, I don't know. Oh, also, my headless bat. He did have a head, and then at some point he didn't have a head, and I just kept his little weird body. So yeah, there's that. But this, yeah, so, and they live together. They're a family. Yeah, so that's definitely one of the weirder things that I own. Weird in a, like, wow, that person's weird way. Not weird like in, wow, that's creepy, but weird in a, no wonder that kid sits alone at lunch way. But yeah, those are all of the odd, slightly weird, and kind of cool things that I have. I know I have more, it's just there's so much in boxes that I haven't taken out. But, yeah, like, odd things, in my opinion. They're a little bit odd. I feel like the naked ladies aren't that odd, but you know, this is weird. This is weird. So, yeah. But let me know if you also put emotions to inanimate objects. I can't remember what that's called, but let me know if that's something that you do. And if you have like weird random shit in your house that really has no purpose, but for some reason you keep it, because either you feel bad if you throw it away or just because it's just part of your weird collection now. So yeah, let me know. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post. And I'm gonna put I have a projector. I need to put my projector screen up so I can decorate this wall, so I can get my vibe going. And yeah, so again, yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. This is Kat, signing off. Bye.